Here's an idea.
You
hey
could
guys,
say
what's
Merry
going on? We're going to
Christmas.
draft today.
Merry Christmas, guys. We're doing a Christmas
that's a good
draft.
one.
It is December 18th. We are knocking on the door of Christmas. I don't need to say this on the YouTube video. If you want to watch this video on YouTube earlier, it'll be out on Wednesday, or you can wait till Friday and we'll whisper directly into your ears if you don't want to see us on camera, which I would not blame you. But go ahead and check out our YouTube channel at tffdudes. Also follow along on Twitter and Instagram at tffdudes as well. We are going to do a Christmas traditions draft. We have done a Christmas songs draft, Christmas toys draft,
Desserts.
Christmas movie draft.
Well, it was like holiday desserts.
Yeah.
Did we know who? Oh, you're going to tell
Yeah.
us right now.
So
who won.
today's winner, Seth, you got the results to the draft.
Yep.
You can read that
I'll
for us.
pull that up right now.
Pull that up while we're waiting for you here.
Traditions is tough because it's like you really don't want to go at someone who has like a family tradition that's like,
It's
you know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We don't want to be,
Speak for yourself.
we don't want to be like, we don't want to be rude to our listeners, but there's a lot of dumb traditions out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are.
Yeah. And it's not our fault that you choose to do them, right?
It's not our fault. It is not our fault. We are not responsible for the traditions you do with your family.
All right.
Or
so
friends.
Do you want me to read off the results, or do you guys?
Yeah,
want to
read
take
off the results. And I think that, like, for this traditions draft, you could say, like, I'm going to give an example that someone could do. You could say, like, watching Christmas movies. I don't think, like, Phil should be able to say, like, watch The Grinch, me say, watch Die Hard. And like, I think movies needs to be off the table.
Yeah.
Do we all agree with that?
Yes, I agree with you on that.
Okay. So, like, if there's something within those bounds, I don't think you should be able to piggyback off somebody else's draft pick.
Are there any other parameters, like an outside one, an indoor one,
No, I just think Christmas traditions draft, but it can't be, like, the same thing. We can always vote on it too, right?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like,
Should we make some voting rules? Like, you have to, if you get 2 votes that say no, it doesn't count. You think that's a good rule?
Yeah.
Okay. Seth, give us the results.
And then someone can steal your tradition if.
Yeah, in real life. Seth.
All right. So it looks like Team B won with 50%, almost 51, and then Team C coming in at 24%. And then Team A at 21, and Team D, which is me, just got slapped at 4. So the parent turns out everyone hates my movies, or maybe this not like 2
Or
of them
you.
or 1, or me.
Yeah. There was a lot of people that
So I
said
think
they wouldn't vote just because A Wonderful
Trent
Life
won.
wasn't on there or Christmas Story.
Trent
That's
won.
so dumb.
I'll say Trent. I think it's Trent won, and then it looks like Jordan coming in
Wow.
at 2nd, and then Phil at 3rd, and then me just way down at the
What
bottom.
was the first place video movies again?
First place movies of Trent: Home Alone, Rudolph, and Die Hard. And then Trent also put a comment at the end, say a lot of people always talk about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, but Rambo: First Blood was the first Christmas action movie.
If you zoom in on that picture, it's the sheriff taking John Rambo.
And there's a
he's
Christmas tree in
arresting
the
him,
back.
and there's a Christmas tree in the back. So,
Wow.
like, yeah.
All
So
right.
no one told me First Blood was a Christmas movie. Now I got to add it to the list. I'm running out of days to watch.
And that's a
Christmas
great
movies.
movie, man.
It's a great movie. That guy would eat stuff that make a billy goat puke.
Rambo? John Rambo?
God didn't make Rambo. I did.
John Rambo.
John Rambo. All right.
Who do you think would win in an all-out fist fight, John Rambo or John Wayne?
Man, that's a tough one. And actually, I think we need to have a dude draft.
Rambo's
at some
also
point.
Rocky, so
Yeah.
Rambo.
At some
Okay.
point, we need to have a dude draft where we just draft top dudes. Just leading into that. So, like, that
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be a
yeah.
good time for that discussion, Phil. Don't hijack Christmas traditions. So, the draft will go me, Jordan. Should we keep Seth at last? Can we do the little zigzag? Are you smart enough to do that, Phil? Like, he keeps getting last. I think we have to keep him in last. Like, don't forfeit your 3rd spot.
I always was under the impression that, like, if, like, losers, you can either do losers walk or losers ball, So we could either go like this.
No. You've had first pick for 2 weeks.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
haven't now.
That's what I'm saying. I go last.
So you want to do that? You don't want to go like this? That's too
No,
hard for
I
you?
think it's
So
it's
you're not
too-
smart enough.
It's not too hard for me. I just think it's dumb. But sure, I will do whatever.
You are
Hey,
as dumb as Seth looks.
How is that? How is that dumb? That's how normal drafts work. Like in the NFL, they go
I think we can
worst
do
to
it.
best.
I think we can make it work.
That's what I just said, Jordan.
No, you said it's dumb.
No, I said it should go worst to best. And you are saying the same thing as me. Trent's saying it should go from best to worst.
No. We're not going to.
No. Okay, sorry. What I mean is that it goes in order. Like it doesn't go like just.
Yeah,
you
but
were-
what it sounded like is you were agreeing with me.
We could try worst to
Do
first.
you agree with me? It goes best to worst,
We-
worst to best.
let's-
not in this
stop.
situation. No.
All right,
Okay.
Jordan, Phil. I'm having to break a
Jordan, let's
cat
just
fight
shake
on the
hands.
podcast set. No, neither of your arms are long enough. It's weird because it cuts
We need
it
to be
off.
against. We need to turn on this guy. That's what we need to do.
All right.
Hurry
Pick
up.
101. All right. I am going to go with hanging Christmas lights as my number one Christmas tradition. You do it with the family. It's a good time.
You hung Christmas lights?
He watched his
we
wife
talked about this a
hang
couple
Christmas
pods ago.
lights.
I don't know if I should get back into detail with this because I got in trouble about it. But yes, I did help with Christmas lights. It looks really good. I think you can almost say people who don't put Christmas lights up can maybe be diva category. I feel like you could do that. Like
That'd be me.
I think it's fun to put up Christmas lights. I think it's a good deal to do. The older my daughter gets, the more she likes it. She loves my little, Santa Claus sitting in the front yard. Something I've done for a couple years. But yeah, I like the Christmas lights. Jordan's parents, they go all out on the Christmas lights.
Yeah, they have a great house.
Jordan takes all the credit for that, and I think he does do most of the work for it. But they got a SpongeBob out there. They got a Santa on the roof. What all they got out there, Jordan? Like, they got it all.
I thought they had a polar bear, but I could just be misremembering.
I think there used to be a polar bear.
There is a
Polar bear.
SpongeBob, though, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that.
The SpongeBob?
Yeah, I'm not a SpongeBob.
I'm not
guy.
a SpongeBob guy either, but their house is pretty good. I would say it's up there in
It's
terms
up
of
there.
Kingsburg houses.
Yeah.
Your dad does a good job. You do get up on the roof a little bit. Though.
We actually didn't do the roof lights. There was
Should-
a lot of yeah. But like a lot of rain, a lot of like
there was a lot of
Can
rain.
I-
lack of time.
Should-
So
should
roof
I-
roof getting a little losing its shingles, losing the grip a little
Durability.
bit. Yep, durability.
I
might go, like,
I
end up
almost.
I might not rejoin the podcast if I went up on the roof.
Can I
Like-
pivot my pick to something similar?
No.
I can't. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well.
Too late, bum.
Well, what I was gonna say is go looking at Christmas lights, which I guess you
No,
also
that's
consider-
That's
totally different.
different.
I know
Yeah.
it's totally different. That's what I should have said. But hanging Christmas lights is what I'm taking 101. I'm sure I just gave somebody a first round pick right there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with going and getting the Christmas tree.
going to get the Christmas
That's
tree.
a good one right
Now,
there.
do you do like the local grocery store
I mean,
Christmas tree?
I like not something I do anymore. Like with the
Would you
family.
would you make would you
But like
call
back
it like
in
a
the day,
go to a Christmas tree farm? Sorta.
Cut one
sometimes
down.
it would just depend. I think like when we were younger, more go to the farm. But like
That's so fun.
the older you get, it's
is
like
fun.
sometimes it's just like we're going to Home Depot and getting the Christmas tree. You know, like
You can also make it. I mean, if in Southern California, trees, I would say probably right now, if someone's going to end up fact checking me, they're like probably $100 to $120.
they're expensive.
You can get a really good tree here, and maybe it's a little bit closer from where they're coming from, but it's like half the price here. It's insane.
Yeah, I was at the Christmas tree farm on Saturday, and they were you could get a nice little tree for $75.
But if you're buying a Christmas tree on the 18th, like what are you doing?
I don't know, but like to Jordan's
Do you know what I'm
point,
saying,
yeah,
though?
to Jordan's point, like Christmas vacation, they go get that nice tree there,
Cut it down.
They cut it down. I remember getting the tree as a kid with my whole family playing tag in the Christmas trees.
That's
That was
fun.
always fun.
Yeah. The smell.
The hot chocolate. You got hot chocolate, maybe some candy canes. Your mom probably makes you take a bunch of pictures that you can't stand taking. You probably got a terrible sweater on. I don't know. But yeah, Christmas tree. That's a good, solid first round pick, Jordan. That's a good pick right there.
Yeah.
Phil, what are you going to go with right here?
I don't even know if I had this one. I think Jordan may have stole this one in the movie draft that we were doing. But it's definitely going to be watching you guys have, I think, probably the best too. Like, I mean, going to see Christmas lights is obviously fun. That was kind of like your honorable mention there, Trent. But watching a Christmas movie, it's we do this thing with our kids. Like, my wife makes a bunch of like dessert, and we have like popcorn. It's just like it's kind of like a movie night, and we watch a Christmas movie. Christmas tree is on. You got the lights on. Everyone's in their PJs. That's one of my favorite things to do, and then everyone just has a good time. And like maybe we get dinner in, like we'll go out, and the girls really like that. So it's that's what I would say. I love that. There's not like. Maybe it's The Grinch. Maybe it's another one. I haven't watched Polar Express, so maybe I should get into that one. But did you guys know gross worldwide ticket sales for The Grinch was $511 million? Did you guys know that?
I did not know that.
Did not know that.
Huh?
I don't like how they always do the gross money. It's something that bugs me. Okay, this is a little like rabbit trail here. They should solely go off of gross ticket numbers. not gross money. Because with inflation,
Oh, yes,
you're
I see what
automatically
you're
going to be
saying,
charged
yeah.
more money.
Yeah, but then you can make the argument like movie theaters aren't as big,
You know,
aren't
Trent,
as small
you can
now as
also
they were.
just simply divide by,
No, just tell me, like, duh, that, the Grinch probably made more money than Star Wars, but I bet half the people saw the Grinch that saw Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me the numbers of what saw.
He's trying to do
let's
it like,
let's do a hit.
Like
okay?
when they
Do
say
a
in the
hit movie.
Super Bowl era, he's basically like doing that. Like he's like a 1-to-1 comparison. He doesn't feel like gross worldwide ticket sales is the accurate number of like how many people actually went to
You
watch
should
it.
tell me like 400 people saw this
because
movie.
you're saying comparing movies in different
Yeah.
eras.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like a movie in the 70s clearly didn't make the amount of money
When it
that
costed
movie
a
today
nickel
did.
to go watch the movie, like
Yeah, I
it
got
did.
you.
It's
Yeah,
a
what you're
dumb.
saying.
Like tell me the number of heads. Like tell me the number of rears.
Let me see
in
the
seats.
eyeballs.
That's all I
Yeah,
want to know.
yeah.
But they never will tell you that. Seth, you are up here. Sorry about my rabbit trail, by the way.
No, it's
Seth,
okay.
you're
You're
up.
not.
I'm going-
You're not okay.
I'm going with decorating the Christmas tree, like
That's a
making
good
it
one,
an
Seth.
official event, which I always do. We always bring it out, then we decorate the tree, and it's fun to see like the ornaments that you like get for different special memories. Like one I got for my wedding anniversary. There's none of my kids being born, like just fun ones like that.
Yeah.
The ornament collection.
And I would say
and I
that's
did that as a
different.
kid too with my parents too, like doing all
And
the.
you kind of forget about them till they come back, right?
Well, yeah, when you take them out, you're like, oh man, I remember that one.
like,
Like,
oh.
I have one on my tree that I've had, I think, since my parents got me when I was born. So that one's really cool.
That is cool.
Do you have any Star Wars ornaments?
I do.
Lego.
No Lego ornaments, but my Lego Advents are still stacking up on my fireplace.
All right. Number 2 right here. I'm going to go with Christmas tradition draft. I'm going to go with building a gingerbread house.
That's a good one.
That's
Man,
something
I was
that
hoping to
I
get that
really
one.
liked doing as a kid. And you're always going to sneak a couple gumdrops while your parents aren't looking, you
Yeah.
know, or frosting or whatever. You can do the old fashioned ones that have like the actual graham crackers and kind of build them with frosting.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Make it, or you can go to, your local quickie shop or whatever and get the pre-made ones, and they're a little easier. Probably, like now that I have kids, I'm like, that's probably a little. It's more money, but it's like it's a little cleaner. It's
Makes
you can
more
present it a little
sense.
bit more.
Yeah.
It actually like looks good in the house, but yeah, get some extra candy. They don't ever give you enough frosting.
Oh,
and
no,
those
absolutely.
things like
no,
lay on
you buy the
frosting.
house. You don't you make your own frosting.
Exactly.
Like you buy the
Exactly.
pre-made houses, but then you make your own frosting and you bring your own candies.
But
into
yeah,
it.
building it. I have not done one this year. I actually have one up on my fridge right there. If you look, the camera does not show that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for pointing. But yeah, building gingerbread houses, that's a lot of fun. You maybe put some powdered sugar on there, a little snow effect. But yeah, something me and my sisters did growing up. And I just,
Man,
it's a
I
good
actually,
time.
I got to see if I can find one that we just went to a party to. It was awesome.
Yeah, they don't.
The competition.
And it was in the middle of the week. I didn't have time to build one, but there was some really good ones.
There were
that,
some,
like-
yeah.
Yeah. But Jordan, what
But
do you?
I saw secondhand.
Yeah, there's no way Phil will be invited to that.
I'm gonna go with obviously something I haven't done in a while, and I'm sure you guys do this now from the other part of the perspective as parents, but especially Phil because your kids are a little older. But leaving out like cookies and milk for Santa Claus.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. Like obviously when you're a little kid, like that's like you're at Christmas Eve. We'd always go to my grandma's and then it'd be like, oh, we gotta get home. We gotta leave out the cookies and milk for Santa
Carrots
Claus.
for the reindeers potentially.
That was not something that ever.
You never did that?
No,
Man,
never
you got to
the
throw Rudolph
carrots.
a bone every once in a while,
No.
man.
But I'm sure Phil, now you see the other part of that, the other side to that a little bit.
For
Did
sure.
he ever, did Santa ever leave, footprints, by your fireplace or anything? Or did you ever have anything like that? Santa
Like
ever leave
accidental
you,
pull or
not-
something?
Nothing. No.
Yeah.
None of
I
that.
no, I don't think I'm trying to think about the Santa one. No. I just remember being like the problem that I'm getting closer to now is that my kids are getting old enough now where they're like, it's 3 a.m. and it's time to open gifts. You know what I'm saying? It's like hey, I'm gonna set a timer. When that timer goes off, we can open up gifts. You know what I'm
They're
saying?
in there at 6 a.m. waking you up like, hey, let's get up. It's time to open gifts.
Yeah, like it's time to open gifts. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm realizing wow, now I understand why my parents hated that so much.
Just lock your door.
No, but then the problem is that's almost worse. Like
They're gonna
I don't know,
the claw on the door.
yeah, dude, dad. Anyhow, no, yeah, I think that's. Do you know what I'm saying? Didn't you wake up super
Oh
early
yeah, like
when you're
6 a.m. or whatever.
You're
and
like
go-
6
And my
a.m..
dad would be like, it's 6 a.m. I'm not getting up.
Yeah,
you know?
it's too cold. Go back to bed.
Did anyone ever try to like, stay up for Santa or, maybe
Prank him?
leave out a prank or a trap? I don't know.
No. The funniest things, and hopefully hopefully there's no one listening with their kids because we're gonna do some spoiler alerts right now.
I didn't want to leave a trap for Santa, but I always thought about it. But it's like, then I'm not gonna get any gifts,
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if he really sees you when you're sleeping, he's gonna see me hiding behind the living room door with a sock full of pennies, So
Oh my gosh. You gonna kill him?
That doesn't sound like a prank. That sounds like assault. Like you ended
Sounds
up
like, sounds like murder. Blunt weapon.
we're thinking like a friendly little you wanted him like trip coming down the
Trip
chimney.
him over yarn, but you're gonna kill him.
Yeah. What's wrong with
just
you,
the
man?
first thing that came to mind,
of
guys.
pennies, nickel.
It's a Seinfeld episode, guys. Come on, I'm not that clever to make something like that. So Jordan has cookies for Santa. Coffee boy over here. What do you have?
Can I say decorating cookies, or is that too close to gingerbread? I think that's one worth voting on.
I think that's okay.
I think it's fine.
I think that's good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Are we doing? I can go like 4 rounds. I have like multiple rounds.
Like sugar cookies. The frosting. Yeah, no, I think that's good. Why don't you just save them for honorable mentions?
All right, I'll save them for honorable
Just for
mentions. So
the-
Christmas cookies, like so fun. You have like the gingerbread man that you do. I actually enjoy decorating cookies more than I enjoy decorating Christmas houses. And the reason I say that is because the frosting on the sugar cookies is way better.
And instant gratification. You get to eat them.
You eat them right then and there.
Who wants to eat a gingerbread house? They
No
aren't any
one.
good.
They're terrible.
Man,
It's basically
I just
cardboard.
blew the second round.
Exactly. Sock of pennies.
No, I agree. Hey, the cookie decorating is good.
Cookie decorating is way better. And it really depends. Some people get really into it. I'm just there with like a butter knife and some frosting, and I'm really just decorating.
Phil's just there just to eat.
Exactly.
Eat the cookies.
Exactly.
Amen.
I'm there to eat cookies, and I have absolutely. And my wife also makes she'll make other Christmas cookies. So I think Christmas cookies is like a tradition as a whole. My wife actually used to send. She would put I want to say it was like over 200 cookies. And the company that I was with is just like a pretty big size company. Then like on one day I would bring like 200 cookies and then be gone in like 5 minutes. Like everyone loves Christmas cookies.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I would just shoot out an email like, hey, cookies are here. And then it just gets swarmed.
Everyone's like, oh.
Yeah. Everyone would
Like,
come
I
get
should
the
have been
cookies.
nicer to Phil this week.
Yeah. I love Christmas cookies.
All right, Seth, what do you got here?
So I'm gonna do one that I always do. I'm gonna do I guess you could just put this as gift exchange, but I'm gonna make it specific and call it white elephant. That's one I always
White
do with my
elephant, that's
family,
nice.
and it's always really fun time. So
That is a sneaky pick, and I actually think that people are going to put that hey, that was a good pick right there. Like the value of that's like Cooper Cup last year status right there. That's a good
Cooper
pick.
Cup in the third round,
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Maybe fifth. Man, this is my last pick here.
So you could go on and on with this tradition one, right? Couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. And man, is it just is it too much if I just say opening presents? Is that too
So
is that
I
too
feel
vague?
I feel like everyone does that.
That's probably
so I mean,
it's okay. That's fine to
I mean,
not say
everyone
that.
does a lot of the things that we're talking about,
sure.
but that one seems just a little bit like
That's too out there. Yeah, you're too.
I don't know if it's
too,
it's too
vague.
there. It's not
Too
too.
vague.
I don't know if
It's
it's too out there. I think it's just too much.
like if you
too
were
obvious.
if you were said opening how some I don't want to give up
Like a stocking, opening a stocking.
Yeah,
Stocking
or like some people be like, oh, you can do the stocking before you open presents. Like for example, like when you're a little kid, your kid asks you can we go open presents? You'd be like, just go open your stocking for now.
Yeah.
Or like you can open like one gift.
Oh, like
on
at
Christmas Eve.
Christmas
Yeah,
Eve.
stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that,
See,
like-
so you could do that
Stuff like that.
Could I
but,
say
like,
opening stockings?
on Christmas Eve or
I was just
Christmas
gonna
Day.
say, like one thing we always had in our
Stockings are an
stockings-
underrated.
Stockings.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
stockings are underrated. Like
Totally.
Yeah, I'm gonna say stockings. And did you guys ever get like the orange in your stocking, or is that just something?
Never.
Man, I have a really good one that I just blew. That I could have said that I.
You're 0 for 2.
Should I? No, I'm gonna stay with stockings. This honorable mention is out of this world. It is for me.
Just go ahead.
Just
go ahead. Go ahead. What is it
No,
going to be?
I'll say opening
No,
stockings.
it's okay.
That's fine. No, because I know you guys want opening stockings.
But for what it's worth, that tradition of opening up a gift early, like on Christmas Eve or whatever it may be, I actually almost enjoy that more than I enjoy
So-
opening up Christmas Day gifts. Does
So like
that make
what
sense?
we would do is my parents would be like, you're not opening the gifts till after lunch, but they'd be like, but you can open one gift right now at like 8 o'clock in the morning. You can pick one, and then we'll open all the rest later. Like it's just
So you guys would open gifts midday Christmas Day?
That's
yeah.
torture.
or it'd be like
That is
11
terrible.
or like
That's
right
terrible.
before lunch maybe, because like my grandma would always come. Like there'd always be people. My grandparents would always.
Jordan's
come over.
Christmas tradition, favorite Christmas tradition, is opening presents at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. I never opened gifts at like 8 a.m. in the morning like some
Wow.
people do.
No way.
I think that's what most
Yeah.
people do.
I'm honestly going to give your parents a lot of credit on just corralling you guys for that long. Like that's tough.
It involves. Never mind.
I,
Thank you. Seth.
I will say though that like I remember my dad would always get us like he almost did it like or my dad and my mom, they would almost get us a Christmas Eve gift that they knew like we would open up the gift at like 8 or 9, and then we would play with that gift all the way up until bedtime. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
remember he bought us airsoft guns, and we would he like set up a like a bed sheet and then put like targets up, and we played that all night. So like I almost think those gifts are better. I haven't done that with my kids yet. I probably should.
The problem with the Christmas Eve gifts is like when you get them at night is you almost hate having to go to bed even more.
Yeah.
It made it even harder to go to sleep.
No,
'Cause
but then
like,
you take it to bed with you, and you're like, this
yeah.
thing is
What
sweet.
am I going to do sleeping with an airsoft gun though? Like,
And you get some parent credits too, because you're like, man, my parents got me this. What is Santa gonna do?
Yes,
it's true.
exactly.
It's the primer for Christmas gifts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say stockings, opening stockings. So,
Okay. All right.
Jordan, what do you got here?
I know you guys probably won't like this one or even relate to this one, but I'm gonna go with watching NBA on Christmas Day. That's
Okay.
always
That's actually-
and
that's-
like
that's a solid
specifically
one.
like the Lakers. Like watching the Lakers. Lakers always play Christmas Day.
I'm
Like
going to just put Lakers down. You're cool with that?
yeah, watching Lakers on
Okay.
Christmas Day. Like because like that was something that, like especially in my family. Like my dad was a big Lakers fan, so like that was like. After lunch, Lakers are on. Before they're always on at like 12:30. So it's like after lunch, we're watching the Lakers at 12:30.
Yeah.
So it's like
So would you open your gifts before or after the Lakers game?
Halftime.
before. So usually I think gifts are like at 11:30. Then we'd eat, and then like Lakers.
the
Yeah.
Lakers. So you had a schedule.
Yeah, it was kind of like always. And then now the Lakers, they play like on different times and stuff. Now I just watch for me now, like Christmas Day is like NFL Thanksgiving, NBA on Christmas Day. Like
Yeah.
this Christmas will be a little challenging because but I'll probably watch NBA instead of NFL.
Will you bring one of your TVs over to your parents' house?
No, I'll probably just take the laptop and maybe
Okay.
just
Duel it up.
yeah.
Every once in a while, they have the NFL games on Sunday. It just it's how it works out. Man, Christmas, though, is rough. If you're in a fantasy football championship and you got to watch those games, I know it's only a little bit, but like I've done it before, and it's like I'm in the fantasy football championship, and it's like my family's celebrating Christmas in the other room, and it's
And
like
you're
I'm just on
sweating
my
it out.
phone. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I don't feel like I can relax and have like.
Well,
the
this is
Christmas
only
experience
semis
I
this
need.
this time.
Yeah.
That's true. But yeah, like I had Dalvin Cook on my team that one year. He had like those or Alvin Kamara that one year. He had all those-
That was on Christmas
Yeah,
Day.
it
right?
ruined my
Or-
cousin's Christmas. Like I absolutely crushed him in the semis that year, whatever it was. All right, Phil.
all right, mine. Oh, go ahead.
No, you got yours here.
I was gonna say, so this one I may get like people might think this is dumb, but it's more of a tradition that I've done it with my kids a couple times, but my wife and I always do it. I've said it before, peppermint milkshakes from Chick-fil-A. Like we like one night during the Christmas season, we go to Chick-fil-A, not for their awesome chicken sandwiches. Simply,
Please tell me you get a chicken sandwich while you're there.
I don't.
Oh my god.
It's just for the milkshake.
But
I
don't
actually-
you want a sandwich?
I do want a sandwich 99% of the time, but I usually am coming from dinner.
I
Okay,
think
that
that's
makes
I
sense.
think that's
Yeah.
a good pick right there. Like I didn't go down that like food rabbit hole enough of like the things like I should have probably put eggnog on here.
Yeah.
I probably should have put like hot chocolate.
Your first dip of nog.
Yeah, the first
Trent,
cup
you
of
talked
nog.
about eggnog plenty on this podcast. Already.
and they kind of overlap. But like I have no food. Like gingerbread house, like
That's food.
Phil's going to get some stuff here just with it's sort of food. Like no one eats like
You talked about how you sneak the candy.
Yeah, but you can't. You aren't going to eat the walls on it, though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they're
Like, there's a
bad.
lot of fodder on a gingerbread house. Like,
That's why I never understood why people liked them doing them so much.
it's just
it's
like,
more of like an enjoyment.
I'm like that
like
Lego
a-
generation. Like
Jordan, you would enjoy it.
No, I actually didn't enjoy doing gingerbread houses.
You didn't?
No, and it wasn't something that we actually did either. Like, if I ever did it, it was because like someone else was doing
yeah.
it, or like a school thing, or like that was never something that like we didn't know that in the house, like as a family or anything.
I have one of the worst like 3rd-degree burns on my hand possible. Like I remember we were making we made a bunch of frosting and it just didn't go far enough and it wasn't keeping the walls on. So my mom made like basically like hot glue but with like sugar. She was like bringing it over and it spilled on my hand and that basically ended my Christmas. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like so. There's
Peppermint
casualties.
shakes is a good,
There's casualties.
Yeah.
But
there's
peppermint
friendly fire
milkshake-
and war sometimes. It happens. It's
There
okay.
there are peppermint milkshakes. Chick-fil-A. Yeah, that's my thing.
Seth, what do you got to close this thing
So
up?
I'm gonna do this one that I did a couple days ago, which I do every year, which I probably will do it every year as long as this guy in just outside Kingsburg keeps doing it. But the drive-in Christmas shows where you hook up to the radio.
Yes. Yeah.
So that one is like really fun because like obviously there's some like really insane ones. There's a couple in town, but like the one next to my brother-in-law's house is just awesome. It's
a good one.
It's a good one to drive into,
Well,
and the kids love it.
hot
Like
chocolate. Take hot chocolate.
oh, you take hot chocolate, you can take cider, you take the cookies, and you sit there for 15 minutes, and it's real fun.
See, that's what I meant to do was the drive around Christmas lights, and I just totally botched my number 1 overall pick. That is a steal right there to end off the
And
draft.
it's not driving around looking at Christmas lights; it's the drive-in Christmas show,
Yeah.
light show.
And especially if you have a bigger vehicle, like you guys have a Suburban, I think, or
Yeah.
something, and then you guys have a bigger car too, and then everyone gets out of car seats or
Or
whatever. and
if
just
you
rock it.
have like a moonroof, the kids can stand up
Yes.
and look through
That's
the
a
roof,
good one,
which
too.
is cool.
Yep.
See, it's just some stuff I felt like I missed. One of my favorite things about Christmas is the tamales.
I was getting that was
No one
oh,
did
man,
tamales.
those are so good.
Tamales are good
Yeah.
with ketchup, whatever. I had somebody
Oh
put,
my
Stop
gosh.
saying that.
I had somebody put olives in their tamales once.
No,
And I was
bad.
like, bad.
No.
Nope, can't do
Tram,
that.
but you put ketchup on your tamales. That's.
I will say the
How do you even
olives is
taste the
worse than the
olives?
ketchup.
How do you even
olives is
taste-
worse than
that
the
is the
How do you
nicest
ketchup.
thing
taste
you've
the
ever said to
olives
me.
Yeah.
smothered
I
in
won't say it
ketchup?
again.
How? It's just as a texture thing. Can you even taste olives really anyways? It's just like they're all. I don't hate olives.
Olives are bad. No,
I
olives
don't
are
mind
bad.
olives. I don't want them in my tamales.
Yeah,
I
they're
want
True,
not
it's a
good.
good point, but
Meat-
ketchup,
But like if some people put like pepper jack cheese in them, ooh, like a little bit of like
Costco has underrated tamales. That you can
Trader
get there.
Joe's too. Believe it or not,
Interesting.
I will say one of my mom's.
or you can just eat some homemade tamales.
Well,
Which
I
I do,
Every
which I
time
do, which
get
I
home-
do.
Every time I get homemade tamales by someone in a Walmart parking lot, my wife looks at me like I have 3 eyes on my head.
Yeah, but also
yeah.
they're really good.
They're
Yeah,
really
when
good.
most
It's
people
totally
say
worth
don't
it.
follow me around the corner and let me open my
It's
trunk,
just,
like
guys, that's just as dangerous as going to a taco truck. And taco
It's
truck
true.
is awesome.
Thank you.
oh, I'm all inclusive on all of these things. I'm totally in. I'm just saying that like I understand, where she's coming from.
It's true.
Is there anything else we missed though?
I was gonna so one of my mom's neighbors, she's done it a handful of times around Christmas. She makes homemade carnitas, like those huge vats of oil with like the pig skin and everything in it. Oh, and it's like you pull it out and it's like lemon, salt, just a tortilla, and it's just like that will be in heaven. I'm pretty sure. Like that.
Isn't that your nickname? What about like live nativities? We missed
That's one.
pictures with Santa. That could have been on there.
Christmas
Christmas parades.
ice skating,
Christmas parades is a good one that
Christmas
I miss.
parades. like
Christmas parades.
I think, or even going to like those the kids like Christmas shows, like those ones are cool.
Oh,
yeah,
like
right,
the
Christmas
kids are singing.
pageants. Yeah.
You guys like this stuff way more than I do.
Oh, I think it's hilarious
I think
when the
it's
kids
also-
are acting and like they're redoing the nativity scene. The
Yeah.
kids are
Yeah.
acting.
I
It's
think it's
hilarious.
funny, yeah.
I think it's. I think you guys having kids like changes your perspective on things a little bit.
It's fun.
Yeah, in a good way.
Sure. Yeah.
I will say the food traditions are just as. I mean, I don't know. The food is like a big part of every
Those
tradition I
cease
have. I'd say.
candy chocolate boxes that people bring around the wrapping. I don't know. Maybe
This
just the
going
place
to
at
see
work.
going to see Santa, I feel like is the worst tradition. I can't. Those lines, kids are crying.
It depends
Do you know what
if
I'm
your
saying?
kid likes it. Yeah, I think you should probably do it.
What about Elf on the Shelf?
You strike me as an Elf on a Shelf guy.
I can't stand that. That's like
I think it's fun.
There's a recent trend of Elf on the Shelf, and I'm just like I can't get
Instagram
behind.
brought Elf on the Shelf
To reality.
like more than what it ever was meant to be.
And I would say Instagram has probably
I don't mind
made
Elf on a
things
Shelf,
worse
though.
for 90% of things. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, Elf on the Shelf is just, to me, it's like, I get it. Like you want to have like this fun thing, Santa Claus. Like there's so many things that I can make up that aren't true that I can be okay with. You get what I'm saying? Like Santa Claus, I draw the line on Santa Claus. Don't make me convince my kids that this elf is real. You get what I'm saying?
So you believe in Santa, but not elves.
Yeah, for sure. No. I believe
I
it's.
don't know what elf on the shelf is.
I don't believe an elf is going to be coming alive, overnight. Whereas like an elf in North Pole, maybe.
We have listeners who would disagree with you that there is an elf alive.
I'm not down with elf on the shelf.
Just wait till Elf on the Shelf is just looking at you when you wake
I'm gonna
up.
put an elf on the shelf right up here on the pod.
Elf on the
And
shelf.
then next
your
week it's
shoulder.
going to be sitting on your shoulder.
The
Yeah.
elf on the shelf people are the same people who do the reindeer ears on, which we didn't
should've
say
been
this.
somebody's pick.
Which actually I sent you guys this message. A good friend of ours. Did I talk about this already?
No.
A good friend of ours, friend of the pod.
Yes, you
an
did talk
acquaintance.
about it.
Did I tell you?
Yeah.
He convinced my wife to put the reindeer antlers and the nose on our van.
Love that. Send us a pic.
Guilty.
All right, guys. I think that about does it. Thank you for tuning in. As always, we will not be coming to you on Monday. We're going to take the day off after Christmas, but we'll be back on Thursday. Yeah, I don't know if my wife is okay with me recording a podcast on Christmas night. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll bring something short and sweet to you. We will see. As of right now, we will be coming back to you on Thursday. So, as always, have a Merry Christmas and take care.
This has been another episode of the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. Remember to rate, review, and follow. For more information, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And remember, we are sorry for absolutely nothing.